People cannot stand the newest and biggest thing in Hollywood. Some are even claiming that Sydney Sweeney is the new Jennifer Aniston.
I hate the way that I love you.
As she's taken rise as one of Hollywood's most talked about young stars. And while she's received considerable acclaim for her acting, she's also faced significant criticism. Oh my god, who's surprised? The internet, oh. So where does all this negativity towards Hollywood's newest star, Sydney Sweeney, actually stem from? Let's take a deep dive into it, shall we?
There's no way we can convince anyone we actually like each other.
Well, some of the backlash directed at Sydney revolves around her decently aristocratic uprising. Sorry, did I say uprising? I meant upbringing. Before her rise to fame, as she came from a small town in Spokane, Washington, and her family actually owns several businesses in the area. See, back in 2022, Sydney's mom made a Facebook post announcing that she actually bought a new home for her daughter as a gift, and this post obviously sparked a lot of backlash on social media, with some people arguing that Sydney portrays herself as a more working class and modest person than her actual background is.
That's a good idea. I would love that.
And Lisa King Sweeney, Sydney's mother, shared on Facebook, "Oh, so this happened today. I bought my baby girl a house. It's the best day ever." Guys, can we not just let a family have a cool accomplishment? In the post, there were pics of Sydney Sweeney happily embracing her parents, hugging, celebrating, and of course the usual critics and trolls of the internet argued that buying a home for a 24-year-old is not typical behavior, and that Sydney should be more transparent about her comfortable upbringing.
It's no big deal.
I'm just pointing out the facts.
Some actually connect this directly to Sydney Sweeney's role in Euphoria, where she portrayed a working class teenager who was struggling to support her family. And fans debate whether Sydney shares the same background as her character Cassie. My question is, who cares? Isn't that the whole point of Hollywood? We act, people.
Where are you from?
New York.
Ultimately, people believe that Sydney Sweeney misrepresents herself as a more humble and financially challenged person than she actually is, which obviously leads to a ton of public animosity. And see, although they're not billionaires, Sydney Sweeney's family is actually decently well off, and they own various small businesses around their hometown. Records show that there are companies registered to the family, which include some industries such as contracting, construction, rentals for events, food service, and even real estate. And alongside all these criticisms of Sydney Sweeney's background, people obviously are quick to jump the gun and scrutinize Sydney's perspectives that she's shared in interviews regarding her hard work as well as opportunity and even poverty. In a 2022 interview, that rhymes, Sydney mentioned, "I didn't grow up rich. They had no idea that I was paying for my family's health insurance, and I didn't grow up this rich. Success isn't just luck and showing up, and it's really unfortunate that this industry has kind of accepted the difficult working situations, but doesn't accept the difficult working actors and actresses exist." Also, who cares? You think every single actor has to make it from a, "Oh my god, I had to support my family with breadcrumbs"? This isn't Aladdin, people. Some people are just talented and put in the work to act, and they grew up middle class. And some people interpret this as Sydney Sweeney discounting the privilege that afforded her opportunities, but at the end of the day, she's a talented actress. And she's actually been pretty well spoken about the matter, and to use some big boy words here, the backlash against Sydney Sweeney reflects the modern tribalism fueling animosity between identity groups. I think that meant tribalism, where critics attack her with exaggerated language. And Sydney Sweeney's critics also use disproportionate language, and it honestly just creates this division that we don't need. And her family's purchase of one house is labeled as extremely privileged, and her flawed perspectives are interpreted as evidence of a hidden affluence. And viewpoints become more extreme, tribalism intensifies, and Sydney transitions from a complex individual to either a saint for supporters or a two-faced villain for critics. Okay, basically, Sydney Sweeney's rising fame has brought both significant praise and backlash. Critics argue that she downplays her privileged background and that her perspectives on success and opportunity are basically just not to be taken seriously. However, the intensity that actually surrounds these issues just breeds too many conflicts for me to quite understand. Sydney's portrayed as either a saint or a villain, but it's not that simple. Just because she got a home as a gift, which I understand is a little bit of a privilege, guys, like, come on, that doesn't mean that we have to take away from her skills as an actress. Celebrity insider Jessica Chin King says, whether or not you dislike Sydney Sweeney, you can't deny her talent. She is an incredibly talented actress who's put a lot of work into her craft. She's beautiful, and she's a rising star who's climbing the rankings super fast, which can breed jealousy among certain people. And you know what, Jess? I genuinely agree with you. It's classic. Hate us if you ain't us. And let me tell you, for the most part when it comes to Sydney Sweeney, they ain't us. So say what you want about Sydney, but she is doing something right. The more haters come, that means the more people are genuinely interested in her craft. And however you feel about her rise to fame, I don't know. I'm actually genuinely curious as to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you guys fans of Sydney Sweeney? Do you actually believe that she deserves her success? What's your favorite production that Sydney Sweeney has been in? Because as far as I'm concerned, there's only one right answer. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because I haven't seen it yet. From the team here at FTD News, I am your host, Pepe Weintraub. Yes, I'm dropping the last name today. I hope you all have a splendid and wonderful day.